So the Eagles had we had an amazing April, as you can say. We had a amazing April. When we talk about all the things and the moves that we pretty much made during, we were quiet after March, after the free agent period. Then, and April 17th, what did we do? Boom, we signed Jalen Hurts to a 5-year contract, 5-year extension through 2028 season, right? So we get Jalen Hurts to make him the highest paying quarterback at the time, of course, Lamar James. Then we pick up Zacchaeus, not Zacchaeus, right? We're beefing up our receiver roster. Zacchaeus played for I think Atlanta for a couple of years. Small, shifty receiver. A guy who can come in and shake things up, a playmaker essentially. Yeah, he played for Atlanta for the past 3 years. He was a restricted free agent, and we picked him up this year. Then on draft night, we acquired a 2023 third round pick overall from the Cardinals in exchange for a 23 third round pick, 94th overall, and 2024 fourth round pick. Then we traded a first round number 10 overall pick, of course, to the 9 overall pick. We pretty much traded up, and we gave up a fourth round pick, traded up, to pick up Jalen Carter. So we got Jalen Carter with the ninth overall pick. Then we got Nolan Smith, 2 UGA guys. Now, people don't believe it, but we actually have the same amount of Alabama players on the roster as the Georgia players on the roster. It's actually 6 and 6. So I'll pull up a chart here, and you'll see how many Alabama players. We got Jalen Hurts, we got Smitty, we got Landon Dickerson. We just picked up Eli Ricks as well too, Joby, and I forgot who else versus the Georgia guys. Then we traded. We picked up Tyler Steen, O-line. I like the fact of providing some depth, especially with the loss of Malata. Then we got Sidney Brown, who I think Sidney Brown is probably the most true safety that we got in the draft. This guy is, he has ball skills. He has natural instincts. He can play, he can play, a half field. Really need him to play half field. I think it's a great pickup. He's a guy that we'll probably see consistently in the rotation, not just on special teams. Then we picked up, I think this is the best cornerback in the draft. We got Kelee Ringo. If you watch college football over the past 3 years, he is arguably the best corner out there. He has top end speed. He had, like I said, he has ball instincts. He can play man. He can play zone. He's a smart corner. I think that why he failed so bad was I think there were some hamstring issues people were talking about during the combine. But other than that, hey, I think he's the best player in the draft. Then we traded, right? Our pretty much traded our fourth round pick and our 7th round 2019 pick for Andre Swift. DeAndre Swift, great pickup. You're adding another. I expect Gainwell and Swift to be interchangeable. But Penny's going to be our tough runner guy. But you want to have depth. So we have Penny, we have Swift, we have Scott, and we have Gainwell. Our running back is set. The Eagles kind of went into this draft already set with the roster. It's just more fine tuning, right? These are the guys you want to go in with camp. Go into with camp. Then we actually waived Marvin T. Wilson during the draft. And then we traded our pick to Buccaneers. Then we got Tanner McKee, of course. Garner Minshew went to the Colts with Steve Seachin. And then we selected a D tackle to add more depth to our defensive line. So we had a successful draft. Not only that, I think that we picked up some great players that were undrafted. Eli Ricks, who really hasn't played a lot of college football. We got him at corner. This is going to give us some depth at corner. A young, long corner. He was projected 6th, 7th round. They thought he was going to go 6th, 7th round. He really only had a year because there were some issues as far as him playing and whatnot, and really kind of finds well in the Alabama roster. But I think it's a great pickup. We also got Mekhi Gardner, another guy, another LSU guy, another SEC guy coming in. I expect both of these guys to make the roster. I expect Trevor Reed, O-tackle from Louisville, to make the roster as well too. I have noticed that we picked up 2 big receivers, Joseph Nagata from Clemson, and then Jason Hazelwood from Arkansas, and of course Brady Russell, tight end from Colorado. I do expect these guys to come in and provide, not only support on special teams, but also, you know, coming in during plays when they need to block. You know, if there's a pure running play, there's these guys come in and block. Even though I'd like Smitty, I do like AJ Brown blocking on the edge. I expect these guys to come in, and block. I don't expect these guys to even, maybe even want both of them break the roster, but one of them might make the roster, and we'll see what happens. But I always love beefing up our offensive line with Jeff Stoutland, Stoutland. He is getting those guys in. So whenever we pick up somebody in the undrafted free agent, who essentially is can provide us depth. I think Stoutland has a purpose for him. So I'm looking forward to us. This season, I think we can make some moves. I think that we had a great all season. Right now, it's just getting in place, getting things in place. But also, I think the most important thing is for Philadelphia is find ways to get your body right so you can stay healthy for a long season. The prep work for a successful season starts in the off season. And if you aren't doing anything in the off season as far as making sure your body's durable, making sure you're conditioned, make sure you're getting healthy, you're resting, etc., then all you're going to essentially do is make your body pretty much pushed to the limits. It doesn't need to be pushed to, but pushed to the limits during the regular season. So love what we're doing here in Philadelphia. I'm staying poised. Of course, next year for us is Super Bowl or bust with the team that we had. But hey, look, I'm ready for one. I'm ready for a Super Bowl. So let's go get it, Philly.